Nobody's limiting me to nothing.
He's on a roll.
That's the problem.
You should be grateful of what you hear from me, goddammit, because it's knowledge. Pure knowledge. All right,
You get that?
let me know when you're ready.
Frank?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay, this is the HK's 132nd scale bomber version of the Mosquito. The kit overall went together beautifully. There wasn't a single issue that I had with this model. They go by, HK started using a new style of side molding. And if you look at the parts here, especially the wing, you'll find that the wing is actually formed in one part. The whole wraparound, top and bottom, was one piece. Okay, they're not halves and they're not separate wings. And the back end is open, so it's kind of like a U-channel shape. They did that to enhance more detail of the surface of the aircraft, and it worked very, very well. And when it went together, it fitted beautifully. I test fitted the wing when I was putting it onto the fuselage, and it clipped into place, and I couldn't get it apart, so I left it. And as you can see, there are no gaps,
Amazing. Yeah.
no filler of any kind. The fuselage divides into two sections here, the forward half, the rear half. Again, it's one piece. They're not halves.
Nice.
But yet, HK was smart enough to make sure that the seam line down the center of the Mosquito was still there. Because as you know, if you don't know, the Mosquito was put together in two halves, the real airplane was, and it's glued together, being the airplane was 90% wood.
Yeah.
And so the seam was there, and yet it was interesting that some experienced model builder online made a complaint about that. He said that he didn't like the process because HK didn't eliminate the seam on the top and the bottom of the fuselage. I love when they do that. So I got online, got contacted the guy and said, well, and this guy's British. I mean, you think those guys were born with the knowledge of the Mosquito, you know? I told him he needs to go up the road to Salisbury Hall and take a look at the real Mosquito prototype that's up there, and you'll see that that seam is there on top and bottom.
Now, you said is it slide or side molding? I heard it was slide.
Well, maybe it's, okay,
Yeah,
slide,
it's
molding,
slide molding.
whatever.
When you're old, you side
Yeah.
slide same.
But anyway, I'll go here and I want to pass this around so you people can see how it actually is. Okay, this is the actual full wing, and these are the inserts in the back of the U-channel where the flight controls will get mounted. So you get an idea of what the one-piece thing is. I knocked out this model in about
The top and bottom.
less than 2 weeks, working about 2 hours a day on it. And it has 300 and something parts to it. I mean, there's a page in there, a full page, 28 parts just to one landing gear strut. But I can tell you that the landing gear on this model is absolutely beautiful.
Man, it's really detailed.
It is.
Amazing.
Yeah. The engine has over 50 parts to it. And the only thing I did outside of the norm is the plumbing and the electrical harnessing.
Both engines have the full engine.
And yet, you get two full engines. Yeah.
Have you seen the 124 scale? I think it's Airfax.
Yes, I have it.
Yeah.
It's
124?
as good as this. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I decided to make the bulge bomb version so they can put the 4,000-pound cookie as one of the bomb. Oh, another thing that I have to tell you, the tires. They're not rubber tires, they're plastic tires, they're two halves. But the halves, there's no center seam. It's got that what do they call that pattern on the tires, the checkered pattern? They're like little squares.
Yep.
The seam is in between the squares.
Oh,
wow.
So when they go together, it's like a jigsaw puzzle the way together. So there's no seam.
That's amazing.
And that's
smart.
HK's new policy with all of their new models that they started making after 2020, I think it is.
Who made this one?
HK. Hong Kong models from China.
Wow, beautiful.
It's a fabulous model. I mean, it just is just, I can't say enough about it. And it's just a great, great kit.
So do they make a fighter bomber
No,
version?
HK doesn't because HK was in the process of forming the update to make it into a gun version when Tamiya brought out their 32nd scale one. And the Tamiya one, I hear, is even better than this one.
No way, really?
Yeah, it's got more parts. The wheels, instead of two halves with a jigsaw kind of center,
Yeah.
you build the two side rims, and then the centers, the checkered centers, are separate parts. There's like 40 parts to one wheel.
That's Tamiya?
That's to me.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't do link tracks on armor.
Well, I like that kind of stuff. That to me is challenging. I love it. I mean, the results are fantastic. And when I can build a model where I don't have to use filler and spend time with bad parts and things like I'm doing right now, I'm having a horrible time building a 32nd scale B-24 Liberator by Hobby Boss, and the model is crap. It really pissed me off because they're a trumpeter product. And the Hobby Boss, I mean, that's the third Hobby Boss kit that I've built, and all of them have been terrible. They've all had all sorts of build problems.
You'll never see
The
it.
F-18 is awful.
They're what?
F-18.
Yeah.
Well, you'll never see it B-24 because it's too big. You can't get it through the doorway.
Yeah.
Well, I have Hobby Bosses. I know the version. It was the old Lee tank, but it has a crane on it. It's a recovery vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh, the
And,
F-34.
and the hull, you can't. I had to put it with the clamps and stuff. You had to glue it. It wouldn't fit for nothing.
Well, all of the parts you put together on a Hobby Boss B-24, they are rectangular slots that go into rectangular holes. Every one, and I mean every one of the holes had to be honed out because the parts won't fit. And then the gun turrets, the forward and the nose and rear gun turret on this J model, they're horrible. None of the interior parts fit when you put the clear parts over. That's where I got the glue stain from. I put the two clear halves of the gun turret over the frame section, which is like 18 parts, and they don't fit. It's like they were molded. The plastic clear parts were molded in a different scale. I mean, they're terrible. Oh, unfortunately, the detail on them and their clarity, seeing through the glass is beautiful, but the fit is absolutely horrible.
That's armor kit. All the seams, they have the weld seams on the edges, so you can't fill it.
Yeah.
So you clamp it, and then okay, now it sits this way. You gotta clamp it this way. It's like a geometric puzzle.
I literally had to take the turret apart and take every inside frame section apart and then sand down material to get the parts narrow enough to be enclosed in the turret. And even then, I messed it up. It's going to be. Sometimes when I get this way in a model, I usually just pack the model up, put it on the shelf, and I build something else. That's what I did with that Edwards 132nd scale BF-108 because it's made of that weird plastic that no glue works on. The kit is beautiful detail, but it just won't glue together. It just won't glue together. Anyway, are there any questions on this?
Yeah, I love your bomb. I love the
the bomb?
writing. Yeah, that's great.
No, thank you.
Was that a decal or did you?
No, I handed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hand do all this stuff. I mean, I don't, other than the decals themselves.
Are you still using leftover Model Master paints, or did you go on to something else now?
No,
Still Model Master?
still Model Masters. Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
The nice thing about using Model Masters, again, once you paint the model and let it dry for a couple of days, then I go back with my sandpaper and I sand it down lightly, and it raises all the detail and brings it all out, and it looks like an airbrush finish instead of a,
So you didn't? I noticed you picked up the canopy.
yeah. So you can look at the interior. See, I made and glued these stem parts so that it would fit snugly on there, because I mean, there's a lot of nice detail in there. When you put this thing on there, I'll pass that around if you want. It's got to be careful with the side glasses. That canopy has got 8 parts to it.
So did you add the seatbelts, or were they part of the kit?
No, yes and no. The kit comes with seat belts. They weren't good enough, so these are the aftermarket Edward seat belts.
I'll break it.
Yeah, me too, I'll break it.
Whoa!
Clown.
You're walking home, Jim.
Any other questions?
Purple.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Gorgeous.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's a nice kit.
It was a joy. It
It's
was
an expensive kit, isn't it? About like
yeah,
$100
it's about $169 retail.
So can you make it-
But I never get my kits at retail because I still got my connections when I had my store. So I buy everything for less than half
Can you put
price.
the bomb in the bomb bay if you wanted to?
No,
No,
no.
you cannot. Okay.
You have to build it a certain way to put it in there, and then half the components that are in the bomb bay would have to be removed. Yeah. The model is actually built to have the bomb in the bomb bay.
Oh, okay.
When I had the airplane upside down, if you notice, the detail in there, I enhanced it a little bit with plumbing and wirings and things like that. And then I didn't say it before, but the cart is completely scratch built. They don't give you a dolly for the bomb.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I I shouldn't say scratch built. It's kit bashed.
Yeah.
I use components from a lot of spare parts and things like that to make the dolly.
Nice.
And then of course I had to cut and form them.
What's the bomb? Where'd you get it from?
The bomb comes with the kit.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 4,000 pounder, right?
Yep. It's a 4,000. Yeah, you can either build it with a flush bomb bay of 400 or 500 pound bombs or the 4,000 pounder.
It's an interesting shape. Yeah.
See, and also all the flight controls move and they're all connected together, which is also real nice. All the flaps go down at the same time. The elevator is connected, the rudder and all that. Yeah.
The flaps go down at the same time?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
James was-
They're all
They
interconnected.
didn't do that on my real plane.
He didn't, he didn't catch it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a really nice kit.
Yeah, that's
All right, that's it.
Who's next?
I don't know. Your bomb trolley worries me. You know.
Well, what's
Well, you're depicting a plane from 43, but the bomb trolley didn't come out to 44. Argue my point. I know you love it.
I can
The markings of
hardly
this
wait-
airplane, the markings of this airplane is from 43 through 44.
Maybe it was late 44, early 45. The cart came out.
Negative.
I can hardly wait for all the,
That card came out at the same time the airplane did.
I can hardly wait for all the comments that this video is gonna get.
If you want me to, next month I'll bring in the book with the black and white photograph to show you.
yeah, no kidding.